Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the originals. This is episode 7 of season 5. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. And was you as shocked as I was, mate, last episode? Because Hayley, got to say, rest in peace. Honestly, she has been a fantastic character in the series, and sadly she went out like a true warrior, true champion, saving a child, pretty much trying to, protect her family. That's all we've seen since she was since she was first introduced, right, in the Vampire Diaries. I wasn't the biggest fan there because her actions led to many people dying. But what we ended up finding out is all she wanted to do was find information about her family, and the whole Hayley character has pretty much been like this show is with the Michelsons, about family. Which is great, like she was introduced as doing whatever it took to try and save and try and get information for a family, and now she ended with doing whatever it takes, even sacrificing her own life to save the family that she's now grew up and she's brought up. So you know what, you got to respect it. Well done, Hayley. She went out like a true fighter. She took out Greta as well, which is really interesting, to be honest, because I thought she was going to be the full-on bad person throughout the whole season. The way that she's been introduced on a family, I thought that was going to play out longer than we currently have, but we've still got Antoinette and we've got Roman still in the show. So I'm really interested to see where we go from here, because Greta last episode, she obviously, from escaping the episode before, she went all the way to France to see Elijah and Antoinette, and he was talking, and she was just saying about, her vision and what she wants to do, and the only way that they can actually do that, she planted the seed as well, that it was Klaus that had taken Roman, and the only person that could stop Klaus would be for Elijah to go and, defeat him, and that's what Elijah did. He went all the way to New Orleans to fight them. So that's interesting, but the information that we got given was Antoinette had one side, Roman had another, because obviously he had Hayley and Hope captured, and Hayley and Hope was getting that inside his head, saying, look, mate, your mum's telling you one thing, but it's not true. Do you really think you're so naive? Because he said that, mate, as long as we come here, you get the werewolf curse taken off you, we do the spell, we take it away, you'll be okay, you'll be free to go. And they're like, are you stupid? Literally, like, are you that naive that you're going to believe Greta that she's going to do that? We're here in the middle of nowhere because she wants to take us out. He started panicking, then he didn't really know what to do, because I'm going to say he's not really that much of a bad guy. Obviously, he's doing bad things, but I feel like he's been manipulated into thinking this is what he has to do, and like the cause that his mum started to fight for feels like he has to be part of it. And obviously she's infiltrated his mind and brainwashed him that hybrids and crossbreeds are, a bad thing when they're actually not. And then obviously, so he's gone outside panicking, he's rang Antoinette. She said that, Greta's told her that Roman's the one that's doing something, and then Roman was like, well, that's odd, because she's the one that was telling me to do this. So we got two bits of information there, it's crossed it. You can see that she's twisting it already, and it is true, she did want to kill the hybrids. She had no intention of just taking the curse off them. She just wanted them gone altogether. She wants the pure breed of the vampires. Now, it is really interesting. I forgot, now I'm speaking about it, I didn't really mention it in the last episode, but what she was pretty much getting at is when Hayley, she was saying to Hope, the reason why they're coming after you is because you're part of all three of them. We understand that, but she was saying, but they don't like it. They don't like the fact that you are one of all of them, and you can unite everyone. You can unite the wolves, you can unite the vampires, and you can unite the witches. They're scared of that. They don't want that to happen. And in my head, I just think, why? Why do you not want that to happen? Why would you rather live in a world where pretty much all of you dislike each other, because they do, compared to being in a world where you all live in harmony and peace, and you're all literally as one, working, living, and just respecting everybody? Like, if Hope is that beacon, pretty much, who can unite all of the factions, then I would say that's a good thing. I wouldn't say that was a bad thing, and I don't know why you would be scared of that. I understood the storyline of they wanted to get revenge because Klaus obviously took out her husband and the family and ruined it, but in terms of trying to take out Hope, because I don't know, she's part of all of them, and like she can unite them, and they don't want that to happen. That's a bit strange, because I would have thought peace was better than fighting. And like I said, she'd done the spell, Hayley. She did lose a werewolf side. Then obviously that means that she could burn in the sun. And Greta come in and she was fighting her. She put her hand on her heart. She was about to rip it out. Hayley managed to snap her finger off, and then she whipped her right outside into the sun, and both of them burned together. So like Hayley took her out and killed her, as well as trying to save Hope. So like I said, big respect to Hayley. And Elijah's turned up as well, and he's fighting Klaus. And Elijah's kind of annoying, to be honest. But again, man, I'm not fully going in on him because he doesn't really know who he is. I know that was his choice, but he's based... I don't know. I'm liking his side of the Antoinette thing because I don't really know what's going on. He's engaged to her, and like I feel like that's a decent storyline. But going against his whole own family in the final season, after we've been 2 seasons in the Vampire Diaries and 4 seasons so far, doing whatever it takes to keep the Michaelsons safe, to keep Klaus safe, Hope safe, Hayley and everybody, to now suddenly do a U-turn and like go divert off into the final season where he's kind of like a bad guy against everybody. It's a bit strange to me. Obviously there's still quite a lot left, and I'm interested to see where we go. So I can't wait to watch today's episode. Hopefully guys enjoy it, and if you do, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
What happened? Where is she?
She's gone.
Oh, no. No.
I said it once already, but Hope, she's been in like 2-3 emotional scenes. She's been pretty good in them, got to admit.
Dear Klaus, you and I are no strangers to heartbreak. I've had to return to my daughters, as I'm sure you can understand. Please know I'm a phone call away if you need a friend.
Why has that been dropped in? Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have questioned if we'd never seen her again.
I can't believe this was our people who did this to Hayley.
Those are not our people, all right? They are a cancer that needs to be wiped out.
Don't mean to be the doomsday prophet, but if he's in the city with Hope, he brings all that chaos back with him.
Ah, go on, bell her up. Where's Roman?
We'll be ready.
Did you find a witch to help with our geographical predicament?
Vincent asked Ivy to do it.
Astral projection is tricky magic. This had better work.
You'll be there in the only way that you can.
This is her mother's funeral. I should let the city burn. I'm sick and tired. If this houseplant gasping for life is any indication, there's another Michelson in New Orleans. Elijah.
Thank you for inviting us.
They took our daylight rings.
It's Marcel's house, isn't it?
You know, she always said the purest path was the simplest path. We're all friends of your mother's and followers of your father's doctrine. It's time for vampires to reclaim our place as the apex predator and rid the community of its abominations. It's not just a movement. It is an army. This is an army.
There is a lot. Is Elijah going to be the bad guy? I don't... I'm trying to figure it out, like... Because they've just said, you slay the hybrid. Like, he was the one that killed Hayley, but he didn't. Yeah, but he did kind of play a part. It's a tough one, that one. I never even considered Elijah in all of Hayley's death. I didn't even think that Elijah played a part. Like, he obviously did, because he restricted Klaus from getting in there and stopping it. But he didn't physically do anything to Hayley himself, did he? And he did. All he done is he fought Klaus because he thought Klaus was going to kill Roman, but by doing that, it slowed everything down, which resulted in Hayley dying. So that is a tough one. I didn't even think of it last episode. I didn't even dive into it in the intro, but man, you can look at it that way, that he did play a massive factor in Hayley dying, which is madness.
We haven't talked about it, but it's the elephant in the room. My mother's the bad guy in this, and I know that. My mother and my brother got Hayley Marshall killed.
Stop.
And I don't want to pretend that she did.
I made this.
Hey, I do like it.
Thought you'd be meeting with Klaus by now.
Yeah, he can wait 5 minutes.
No news, because news means information, information means action, and action means dead people.
Blood rain, serpents, maggots, and now I hear there's hail at the edge of town.
Please do not tell me that the end is nigh. I don't want to hear that today.
It's a grimoire of a powerful seer. Vipers from the rivers, lava from the soil, ice rain from the skies.
Let me see that.
Ah, mate, so one of the... That's interesting, mate. So I say in the 1700s has seen this future and they wrote it down. That is really interesting. I've also got to say that I totally forgot that this Hollow storyline is still a massive factor in the season. Now, I'm not too sure. I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know, like, because I'm going to see how it plays out, but it does need to be addressed. We haven't really addressed it much. We're on episode 7 now, as you can see there, and the only way we've addressed this Hollow thing is we can't be near each other. But like, that not being near each other has like had a massive ripple on literally everything. Elijah being who he currently is, to like who his relationship is, to people can't be there to save people, to help people. You know, like Hope can't see her parents. He can't go to like Hayley's funeral or something, can he? Does he not have to astral project, or does she not have to, so they could be together? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're going around like all these crazy things so we can get into certain situations, but we haven't even addressed this madness that is still the Hollow that's affecting them all.
Where are we?
Oh, she's been bit off his hybrid bite, mate.
We should have stayed away.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hope's burying her mother here today. Elijah had to go. I did the city a favor. I'm in the mood for a fight.
Elijah says he needs to talk to you.
Her family was in danger.
And what a hero you turned out to be.
Anything happens to her, I won't ever forgive this.
One doesn't need forgiveness from enemies.
I don't care.
What if you could have me back?
You would do that for her.
Without hesitation.
Your offer is rejected.
Do you know what's good? That I think that's good because he is accepting it, but you don't accept it straight away. I would have said yeah then, like, and then I would have played my hand too early. That was good from Klaus because he is 100% accepting it. It's addressing what I said last episode, where I can't fully like hate Elijah because he doesn't know who he is. Like, I've had plenty of situations in the Vampire Diaries with Stefan and Damon where they do shit, but like they're either compelled or they drugged or whatnot, and it's like, you know, I can't fully blame them for doing something because they're not being them true self, and it's not like their own. If they was sane and doing it all of their own free will accord or whatever you want to call it, it's different. If Elijah was last season and he was doing all of this, I'd be like, what an arsehole. But the fact that he doesn't even know who he is roughly, doesn't have the memories that he should be having in his head to do those, then, you know, that's where I kind of lean, where I'm not slagging him off yet, but like I would love it to be addressed now. Like, I would just love him to get his memories back, and I'd see how he reacts. Because if he reacts the same way now, that he gets his memories back, then he needs to be effed off, mate. He needs to be done in, chained up, killed in front of everyone, literally made an example of.
What are you doing? This is exactly what you wanted. You can get your brother back.
You didn't see her face, Marcel. She looked right at him. She thought Elijah was there for her, but he wasn't.
I do like his outlook on that. It was true. She definitely thought he was saving her.
Didn't even ask me. My mother did all these heinous things. Now the only thing that will save me is the blood of the very creature she despised. And what happens when your memories have returned? You'll have your family back. 7 years we spent together is no match 1,000 years of loving them.
I won't ever stop loving you.
I don't want this to end.
You're gonna live, and I'm gonna find another way to get that cure.
We get him the cure for Klaus's bite, he'll take his memories back.
And how does this help us?
We'll go back to France. And he'll take Greta's Nightwalker Nazis with him. I think it's gonna be a long time before Elijah and Klaus find their way back to each other. Greta's vampires are bragging that they've got an original on their team. Now, we let his girlfriend die, we pretty much radicalize him ourselves.
Because if you think a blood rain is bad, wait until you hear what the witches say is gonna come next.
Where's Dad?
He'll be here soon. He's just waiting on Ivy to help him with the astral projection.
What about Declan? Please tell me someone told Declan.
He's in Ireland. I was so focused on everyone else.
Oh my God, Freya.
You're late.
By 5 minutes.
I don't want to hear excuses. My daughter's waiting for me.
Watch your tone.
How do I know this isn't some secret vengeance you and the Covens are plotting against me?
No witch would ever mess with a man on the day that he buries his daughter's mother.
Just be sure you don't transport me to the bottom of the Mississippi.
Oye, asa fue.
Everyone's here to honor her.
But where are all of her friends? That's so wrong.
What's the delay?
It's magic, not pay-per-view.
Where are Antoinette and Elijah?
Probably under a rock somewhere. Maybe you should join them.
I need to protect my daughter.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you go.
I mean, it's getting intense in here. It's getting good. Like, it is getting good. Now, I do feel like if they go and get Elijah, then Marcel is going to feel the wrath of Klaus at some point, and that dagger that was created is getting jabbed in him, mate, for going behind his back, because we see that he hates it when people do that. I love Klaus, man. Like, literally, the guy is all in family, regardless of when he daggers his siblings. Usually, sometimes it's not right, but most of the time, he thinks it's because he's saving them. And, like, he is a proper, always and forever guy, man. Like, most of the time, he's doing whatever it takes for his family. He knows, like, there's a can't and shouldn't. There's a big difference, and there is, mate. This, like, he shouldn't be with them, but, like, he has to be there. Like, and you would, wouldn't you? If you know your kid was in trouble, you go there, even though you know it's not the right thing to do, and you know that it could be consequences. But you also know that you're not bothered because you're, like, her life means more than anything. And I just want Hope to explode as well, like, and just be like, I've not even seen her do one thing vampire at all. We've seen a kind of werewolf here jump up onto the things and cast a few spells. Where is the vampire things? And I consistently think when people are talking, why can't she get a big Dumbo ears flapping and hear everybody speak? Like when that guy Roman was on the phone to his mum, all the time I was thinking surely she can hear what he's saying, but no, nothing. Not seen one vampire trait at all.
She's gone. Let's get out of here.
She's in danger.
She's in more danger if you go.
I don't care about the plagues that molten lava rain from the skies.
You care about this.
Fire across the water, monsoons from the sea.
Death to all firstborns. Does that mean Frey's dying as well?
I want to be cremated. My ashes.
They will come.
That little pond in Manon near the bakery.
You are not going to die.
I do the transfer first and then the blood.
You heal her first.
No, that's not gonna happen.
No, I need your word you were going to heal her.
When it's done, I promise.
Every moment your family spends together takes us one step closer to our deaths, and as you can see, there isn't much more left until the end.
Would Klaus be a firstborn hybrid? Like, would he fall under that bracket or not?
Please don't push me away.
You deserted me.
I've only just found out how dangerous this is. I could kill you.
Then let me die. She's dead, and it's my fault, and I need more than some half version of you. Just go.
Honestly, right, this storyline, I die inside a little bit, man. I absolutely hate. Actually, it's a strong word, hate, yeah. But I hate the fact that he wants to be in alive. I full on hate the fact that he wants to be there and he can't, and it kind of rubs off that like negatively on Klaus, makes him look bad. Like I don't know, man. Like from Hope's perspective, she understands it, but it's just. I just feel tight on them all, and like I physically dislike it because like. He all he wants to do is be there and he can't, and it's just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. And Klaus is, you know what, I would say like since last season or whatever, since the Lucian storyline, Klaus is not even a bad person. I don't even think he does anything bad. Like what, he bit that woman, who cares, honestly? Like look at all the stuff that's happened to him bad. Like all he wants to do, literally since Hope was introduced, walking, talking, is be a dad, and it's physically been impossible for him. All this bad stuff, one after another. Do you know what I mean? Goes to see his Hope, the Hollow comes, does all this, sacrifices himself, then he jump forward, and then you've got this Hope, and then he wants to be there, he can't. All this magic and that stuff, and like Hayley's dying, can't be there for her. Hope's like devastated, she ain't got parents. It's just like I feel so bad for him. I actually do feel really bad for him. I just like I dislike the storyline where he really wants to be in a life, he wants to be a parent, he wants to be a good dad, and he just wants to physically be there, and he's not, and he just comes across either like a crappy dad or whatnot when it's not even his choice. Like, and I do feel so bad for him.
Should have been there for you. I was scared. We're a curse to each other and to our home. But loving her brings her closer to death. I want her to live and be as strong and beautiful a woman as her mother. I don't know what to do. And I really wish that you were here to tell me. Little wolf.
That ties in perfectly to what I've just said then. The guy wants to be there and he can't.
The promise always end forever. It anchored you. Remember that love.
Oh, I did not expect this. This was a good trip. Like, this is like make or break moment for Elijah. I.e., if I want him to die or not.
I can't. Let it all back in. No. Remember the bond. Always and forever.
Let Marcel's eyes out.
Elijah.
Remember your family. Remember Hayley.
Didn't work. See, if he didn't remember because he thought not to, I want him to die. I actually do want him to die. That's the first time I've said it, like, of like a main character. I don't think I've ever said it about Klaus, Rebecca, Cole. Might have said it about Finn. Not sure. Damon, Stefan, none. Elijah, if you physically decided now that you did not want your memories back and you fought to not know who your family are after knowing how much like people tell you about Hayley and all this, and you play the factor in them dying, it's your death turn now. It's got to be. Like, it has to be. It would have frustrated me that if he did get compelled and he fought that compulsion then to not remember his family.
The decision we made to take the power from her was to save her life. I had no idea it would ruin her in this way.
Feel so
Powerless.
Are you?
I'll be gone. I'll check in from the road.
All of this happened because Elijah doesn't know who he is.
He doesn't know. He doesn't have any idea of the damage he's wrought. If he finds out, it'll destroy him.
No, he's given a different counter to before.
Trying to save him from himself. Goodbye, Freya.
Interesting, man. Bit emotional, this effort. It is.
Why isn't he waking up?
Some dark magic on the body. It's like his mind isn't even in there.
What do you mean, like someone took him?
Yeah.
Your mother infected this city with her backward thinking. If Elijah doesn't wake up in time, just consider yourself another one of Greta's innocent victims.
I know how much that you've lost over all these years trying to get our family back together. I know that you think that there's nothing else that we can do. We have to save each other. We have to save always and forever. I'd really like your help figuring it out. Do you think that I could,
Absolutely.
Love how she's rocked a Michelson necklace as well. I'm not gonna lie, I do love it. Ah, Keelan.
I got on the plane as soon as I heard the news.
Yeah, that's made me happy.
Hayley Marshall made me feel like I was part of a family. And when the realities of this life became too much to bear, we shouldered them together. No one will ever be able to replace her, but we can honor her. We can love each other the way she would have wanted us to love.
I say it every time, but I do love a good burial like this. Man.
what are you doing? You can't be here.
Yes, I can. Our family has infinite struggles ahead, but right now I need to be here with my daughter.
I keep Hope too close, mate. I only just realised what she's saying.
I have to know. This is the last time we can do this.
Ah, that was a sick lightning strike.
You should go.
Just one more minute. I love you.
I love you too.
That was really sad, honestly. Was he Astro? I don't think he was Astro.
You stay away from me.
Oh, believe me, I'm not here because I enjoy the pleasure of your company. We're trapped here.
Wow, that's interesting actually. Now, one, I did say Elijah's fought against getting his memories back, so to me, I want him to die now. I do. I mean, we're on episode 7, we're going to episode 13. Hayley's died, and she was a good fighter for the family, consistently. And I know Elijah has changed and he's not himself, and it's been mentioned loads of times, and I've said it as well, and that's the way I'm justifying not going all in on him. But he had his chance to be himself. He had his chance to get his memories back, and he fought against it. And now, anything that goes from here forward badly is all his choice. Anything that goes against Klaus, Hope, Freya, anyone, is all Elijah's own choice and fault. I said it, if it was a sound-minded person sane doing these things, then I would be on the back. But if you have the chance to become that and you reject it and stay as a guy that's going against the Michelsons, then that is just as sane as you would be with your memories, because you've decided to go down that route and you've decided, obviously, to go against the family. Now, side note away from that, I don't usually get like emotional and stuff in many of the things that I watch, but I've got to say, even though I really dislike the storyline that Klaus can't be with Hope and that, I've got to say it's also my favourite storyline in terms of how much I love seeing Klaus as caring as he is. Like, to me, this is my favourite Klaus by far. Like, I feel like a proud dad, yeah. Like, when I see him caring so much for Hope, Like, I just feel so good inside. Like, to me, when I was watching that scene, I was also feeling really sad that he can't be there. But I was, like, so happy because, like, he was being a dad. And he managed to say everything that he needed to say, that he loves her. He'll always be there for her. You know, like, whether they can't see each other, be a phone call away. He's always going to be, you know, her father. Ever you need her, ring him. And I just love it. I just think that I absolutely... like, hate the storyline that he can't be with the family and stuff, and like I feel like I said, it's played a massive factor in the show and everything that everybody's doing, and I'd played a factor in like Hayley's death and stuff. Like, he can't be there to defend her, he can't be around Hope and all this. But in terms of how much that it's making me see the Always and Forever and how much he loves her, that is the positive coming out of this. Klaus has improved so much in terms of that aspect that I'm so happy inside. And I do say that I feel like Klaus is going to die because I feel like that's how the shows go, but I feel like he shouldn't die. I feel like if I could write the script, okay, I would write it that they don't successfully succeed in breaking this curse in this season, but because I know that we're going into the legacies, the next one. I want Klaus to be alive, and I want them in there to be fighting whatever they want, all these the dark spirits. I want them to go and I want them to fight them, and I want that storyline to be at the very end when that concludes, or whatever's, Hope successfully gets a spell, breaks the fourth wall, or whatever you want to call it, and they can finally embrace do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we don't need to go down the path of Hope losing both parents, because she's kind of lost both parents anyway, because Klaus can't be in her life. But because he hardcore wants to be in it, I don't want him to die. And that's not because it's Klaus, it could be anyone actually. Because I physically want him to be in her life and he physically wants to be in her life, I don't want him to be taken out and just killed and that never to happen. Because I can see how much he wants it, but he can't. And I would love it in the next show. I would actually love, is in this show, is he gets with Caroline. Because, like I said, there was no reason for that little note to drop down at the start of the episode. Yeah. I've gone back to Mystic Falls. Honestly, Caroline, I wouldn't even question if I'd never seen you again in the show. Because I just wouldn't have. So you didn't need to tell me that. To me, it was just more of planting Caroline's here. And I would love Caroline to finish with Klaus and them to run away together. Hope fight in the legacies, bam, 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 bam. Caroline can still go to the school, tell Klaus how it's going, go with Rick, her kids, and then they can all reunite at the end after they succeed, they finish legacies. That's what I would want. It's obviously not going to happen. I still think Klaus is dying, and Marcel. But if anyone has to die, I would pick Elijah right now, currently. Okay, and that is going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, guys, have some sort of similar opinions on me. To be honest, I'm trying to think, right, who is the witch that has trapped Elijah and Klaus? Now, the only ones I can... It can't be Vincent, man. It can't be, because you can see, I kind of think that it's Vincent, but to me, it wouldn't make sense to be Vincent, because you seen at the start of the episode when, is it Ivy or whatever's, was speaking to him, and she was telling him about, if they're together, all the firstborns will die. And Vincent was like, look, I don't need news. News means bad things, and bad things means the Marcusons, and Marcusons mean death. You know what I mean? Why would he want to bring them in? He consistently he's been saying they need to be away from each other. Even when Marcel was speaking to him about giving Elijah his memories back and giving the blood so they could cure Antoinette, he was saying, look, they need to be far away from New Orleans. So, he's consistently being against that. It's just that his face at the very end, when Elijah was laying on the floor, it was kind of a bit iffy. It just got me questioning, was he thinking, because when Marcel was like, look, mate, you better hope that he wakes up and he's got his memories or whatnot, because otherwise you're not having this blood. And Vincent's face was I felt like he had a different opinion to Marcel in that situation. That is what I felt. But I have no idea, but it's very interesting that somebody is taken Klaus, taken Elijah, and put them both in the same location. And obviously we know the repercussions of the Michelsons being this close, and they can't get out either, they're trapped. Now, Elijah's clearly, to me, not got his memories back, which is very disappointing. And to me, I would be absolutely fine with him dying now. Now, does it mean that I dislike Elijah? No, it doesn't. But it means that throughout the whole Vampire Diaries and the originals, he's always been a family man, and like we've definitely gone against it this season. No fault of his own in terms of me watching it, it's justified that if someone's gonna die, it can easily be him, because he's just not being a team player. That's it, man. The guy's not being a team player. He's not showing no remorse for stopping Klaus from possibly going in and saving Hayley. He's not really that bothered. All he's bothered about is saving his current family, which is Antoinette, which I respect, but I don't respect the fact that he's rejecting any sort of knowledge and memories that is from his actual family, the ones that he's had for 1,000 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's choosing memories of like a 7-year relationship over 1,000 years of family and loyalty and respect. And like, how long has he been with Hayley for prior to that? Again, probably like 7 years. I don't know, but it's just interesting. Hayley had a good send off, but we're seeing it at the end there that like them being together, lightning's come down, fire's coming in the lake. But in terms of the Elijah storyline, I'm disappointed that we've gone down this, because I feel like it's so different to what we've had that if it was in like season 3 or something, you could, I don't know, not understand it, but it would make more sense, because this is the final season, and like why is it now? Why are we going against everything that he's been for now? And he's rejecting his own memories. He's fighting it, and he's not stronger than Klaus, and both of them can't really die either, but Klaus can bite him and make him suffer. Do you know what I mean? So like, the only way these two could die is the White Oak, and we've been told that there's no White Oak left, and only Marcel can bite them. So again, like, what, I'm not having Marcel's coming in and taking Klaus out. No matter what happens, I feel like Marcel would take Elijah out more than he would take Klaus. That's what I think, but never say never in this show, honestly, because I still think that Klaus is going to dagger Marcel, and I've got no reason to think that. I have no reason at all. Only maybe that he was fuming that he went behind his back and tried to help Elijah when he told him not to. So, I mean, I think it's really interesting what's going on. I still think there's loads of open-ended like questions that need to be answered, and I really don't want Klaus to die at all. But my heart is saying that he's going to. But then again, we're only on episode 7, and we do have 6 more to go. So can't wait for them. It's going to be a mad final few episodes. Hopefully the finale is as amazing as all the other ones, because the finales are always the best ones of the seasons, aren't they? Literally, the finales are always the best ones, and I'm hoping that we go out with an absolute bang, and I'm hoping that that bang's not Klaus's death. So, thanks for clicking on today's video. Hopefully, guys, enjoy it. If you did, please smash a like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.